Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. Today we are continuing our ongoing coverage of both the Eritrean invasion of the Tigray region and the civil war in the former state of Ethiopia. And obviously, they are all of one conflict. But first, I wanted to give credit where credit is due to the Abiy loyalist forces, to the Abiy loyalist supporters. I have to tell you, you guys excel at irrational exuberance, and I got to tell you, the reason behind that is some of these claims that have been going around as I analyze this conflict. And but anyway, what we'll do is this will be the facts. This is rumor control. This is the facts. And again, this is not irrational exuberance. So first, has Abiy loyalist forces entered the southeastern Tigrayan city of Alamata? No. In all likelihood, they are very well south of Alamata, just entering the Tigray region on the Tigray-Amharan border. In all likelihood, in terms of some of the fighting that we've seen in the south, near the Tigray border, has been just south of Waja, along the A2 highway, along these little hamlets that are just south of Waja. We do not believe at this point the Abiy loyalist forces have fully taken control of all areas near Waja, and are more or less just to the south of Waja. So that is a significant distance from Alamata. And we know Alamata is fortified. We know the hills and mountains to the west of Alamata are fortified, and as well to the east as well. And we still believe that there are Tigrayan Defense Force elements in the Zobel mountain range and to the west of Kobo as well. So the Abiy loyalist forces may have holding forces running from Kobo north towards Waja, but ultimately the TDF is still present in the Zobel mountain range, we believe at this point. That may not be the official line of the Tigrayan government, but we do not believe that Abiy loyalist forces have cleared out the Zobel mountain range as of yet. Again, holding forces just to the west of the main Zobel mountain range. To the further north, we've, again, irrational exuberance in terms of hearing reports that Korim has fallen. This town is just to the north of Alamata. If that would have been the case, that would be significant. But unfortunately for the Abiy loyalist forces, that has not occurred. The Abiy loyalist forces are still very much well west of Korim, engaging the Tigrayan Defense Forces in some fairly nasty fighting that is happening along the Tigrayan-Amharan border in this area. If we zoom in and we look, this would be obviously a very important route of advance for Abiy loyalist forces, coming from the areas near, how do you say that, Jerunsba in Beta, this area here, Sakota, south of Sakota. And what they would like to do, Amhara regional forces, Abiy loyalist forces, would be to push down this mountain road. I'll zoom in where you can see. And you can see the challenge of this. You have river features here. I don't know the status of some of these. Some of them appear to be dry riverbeds. Some of them appear to be intermittent. Maybe a commenter could explain what the water flow looks like in some of these rivers, and even the river just to the south of Waja as well. What does the current water flow look like? On this right here is a dry riverbed. Has this bridge been destroyed? Difficult to say at this point. But again, back to west of Korem, what we're hearing is that the Abiy loyalist forces, Amhara regional forces, are just getting shredded in these mountain ranges as they try to press into the Tigray region. And they are not even close to Korem at this point. That's the information we have. And again, as you can see, this type of terrain is what the Tigrayan Defense Forces excel at in terms of fighting in. And these are some fairly high peaks, hills, mountains. You have many switchbacks, case in point. In terms of a military operation, if I was in control of a motorized rifle battalion, company, battlefield commander of a brigade or division, and I was tasked with seizing this area here that was well defended with a well dug in enemy, this would be a difficult operation, especially with lack of precision air power. And the only real air power, precision guided air power that the Abiy loyalist forces have, obviously, are those drones. And given the economic state of the former state of Ethiopia, given that in all likelihood the ability of the Abiy loyalist forces to pay back the purchase of those weapon systems is probably looking a little remote right now. I imagine the Turks, the United Arab Emirates, are thinking to themselves, no matter what we give, what we hand over, we're probably not going to receive payment for it. Just not going to happen. The economy of the former state of Ethiopia is imploding right now. Not doing good. And obviously it's the cause and effect of the current state of war that we are seeing. But again, in this area west of Korem, very difficult situation for Abiy loyalist forces to continue to try and press forward. And again, they're doing this. I don't believe they're doing this with the intent of seizing control of southeastern Tigray or making a military move towards Mekelle. Look, they tried that. They did it. They were somewhat successful initially, and then they were evicted. They were kicked out. They were defeated militarily on the battlefield in Tigray. In the military right now, the Abiy loyalist military that is trying to press its way into southern Tigray is by no means a more capable force than the force that was essentially destroyed when the Tigrayan Defense Forces evicted those forces from the Tigray region. So again, it's more or less a designed effort to relieve the Eritrean Army in the north. The Eritrean Army has not made any gains. They have not made any gains near Zalambasa. They have not made any gains near Ramah. They have made very few gains within the vicinity of Adidaro and Shirara. And again, this is flat area. As we analyze this conflict, we believe that the Eritrean Army would in fact seize some of this area. But it's costing them probably much more in seizing this area than initially planned. Right now, the timetable for the Eritrean military was to have been in Shire a week ago. And that hasn't happened. Their losses are absolutely horrific from what we're hearing. And they are now recruiting 50-year-old men to be pressed into service and directed towards this meat grinder of northern Tigray. A lot different than what the initial experience was back in late 2020, because the Tigray region had not mobilized. Now they're facing off not against 9,000 Tigrayan Defense Forces spread across the entire Tigray region, but 200,000, 250,000 Tigrayans, very well dug in and very well prepared for this operation by both Eritrea and the Abiy loyalist forces in the south. So I hope this provides rumor control. I hope this provides facts. Again, Abiy loyalist forces, Abiy loyalist supporters again, great job on the irrational exuberance. I can appreciate it. I understand that it is part of the media war. But at a certain point, when you start to hear that Abiy loyalist forces have decapitated the entire leadership of the Tigray region, Mekelle, that they are about to storm Mekelle, that they are entering Alamata, when it's just not true. It hasn't happened. And could it happen? It's possible. It is very possible. A clock is right once a day. That didn't really make any sense, did it? but anyway, I think you get the point. We will obviously continue to watch what's happening. We will continue to report. And please feel free to comment in the comment section. We will have much more later as we continue to watch and analyze this conflict. We are continuing to watch both in the South, in the North, in the Southwest as well. But it would appear, at least on the surface, what we do know is the initial operation by the Eritrean Army has been unsuccessful, and the relieving of that effort by Abiy loyalist forces in the south, pressed towards Waja, Alamata, and Korem, are going very slowly and very, very costly at this point. So again, thanks for joining us today, and as always, have a good day.